Hi there, I'm Andy Hillier, and today I'm going to teach you how to play BB's theme from Death Stranding. It's a lovely little melody. I've done a cover version of it, so go check that out. I'll put a link probably up here or in the descriptions, so you can go and check out me playing through the whole thing. Today I'm going to teach you how to play it. It's quite a lot to get through. Just before I teach you it though, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, if you could give me like the thumbs up, the like, leave me some comments in the comment section, let me know where in the world you're from, if you've enjoyed it, and a big one, just keep those requests coming in. I try and read every request that comes in. I'll try and do as many as possible. So requests in the comment section. If you want to support the channel, I've got a Patreon account, which is, I've set at just $1. I'm hopefully making it accessible to as many people as possible. I put the transcription on there, you can print them off at home, but it just helps support me do this channel. So you could play this guitar on a classical guitar, you could play it on an acoustic guitar like I'm playing today, or an electric guitar. It will work on all of them. Okay, so the first line sounds like this. So for that we've got G5, G3, B6, and then B3. So we've got, and in bar 3 we've got two G5s, B3, B4, and then G3. So the whole line, 2 beats rest, so you got 1, 2, 1, 2. On to the next line, it starts the same, and then plays B3, B4, B6, B7, so on the B string 3, 4, 6, 7, and then down to G4. So the second line goes 1, 2. Then you just hold that on into the next line. Bar number 10 we start with G5, and then G3, and then we're going to play B6 with the little finger and E6 with your third finger. Play them at the same time, and then you can stretch your first finger back to play B3. So it goes. And then we've got G5, B3, E2 and B4 at the same time, and then G3. So that line goes 1, 2. On to the next line, bar 14, we've got two G5s, then G3, and then you're doing that same E6 and B6 at the same time, then B3, B4, B6, and then B7 and A6 at the same time, and then we've got a D8 on the end. So that whole line goes 1, 2. On to the next line, we're just holding it on for a long time, and then bar 19 we're going to get this G3, and then we're going to play B3 and D3 at the same time, and then G3. In bar 21 we go to D1 and E2 at the same time, then G3, E2, E1 nearest to the floor and the A string at the same time in bar 22, then B4, B2, and then we've got a bit of a stretch, E4 and then B1, so E4 nearest your face and then B1, then B2, B2, G3. So let's try and put that all together. We've got and then into the next line. It starts off with B4 and D4 at the same time, G3, D1 and E2 at the same time, 2 2 G3s and an E2. So we've got then we play fret 4 on the A string and 6 on the B string, B4 and then G6, so bar 26 goes. Then we've got E4 and G5 at the same time on bar 27. And then we go to D8, and then this little bit that goes. So we play 6 on the A string and the B7 at the same time. Then just the B6, G8, B6, G8. So bar 28 goes. Then bar 29, first finger back to the 4th fret, and you're playing A4 and B6 at the same time. B4, G6, B4, G6. So bar 29 goes. So let's try that whole of that line. Got. And into the next line we've got G5 and A6 at the same time. Then D8 back to the G6. G5, so you got. And then G6, and then G8, and then this is same as what was on the previous line. We go D8, A6 and B7 at the same time, B6, G8, B6, G8, and then same jump down to fret 4 on the A string, B6, B4, G6, B4, G6. And then it goes E4 and G5, G6 on its own, E2 and B4, and then that lovely little note there, E5 on the end. So let's just try that line. We've got. On to the next line, B4, B2, then A2 and B4 at the same time, to B6, another hit on the A4, to B4s, B6, open A string now and B7, and then G6. So those first 4 bars go. Another open A, then at the same time we play E4 and B4, E2 and B2, and into A4 and E4. Hopefully that makes sense. So you got then B6 on the end. Let's just try the whole of that line. 1, 2. On to the next line, we play the A4, B6, A4 again and B7, then E4, E5 and D5 into bar 43, and then G6. So you got. Then you're just going to play the 4 on its own, on the D string, and then G6, and then we've got this little A minor. Oh, not A minor, sorry, A major 6th chord, which is open A string, D7, G6 and B7. And then you hit just the G string on the 6th fret. Then we've got this F sharp minor chord in bar 46, which is fret 4 on the D string, 6 on the G string, little finger on B7 and second finger E5. Play it all at the same time. and then play the G6, E5, and then we've got this C sharp minor chord, which is A4 and E4 barred, then G5 and B6. So you got, and then it finishes with B7, B5. So that's probably the hardest line that we've got to play. So let's try that. We've got. And then the last line, A2, third finger across D, G and the B strings on the 4th fret. Then we play B5, B5, B2, so you got. Then this same A major 6th chord, 7, 6, 7 on B, G and D, and then open A. Then G6 on its own, and then play a C sharp minor chord. And then we've got, which is your first finger barred across the 7th fret, second finger on the D8, little finger on the E9, and we play those 3 strings at the same time. Then play E7, B9, E7, and then we go to this chord, which is E4, and then your first finger barred across the B, G, and D strings at the 2nd fret, and you play the open A string. This next chord, which is A flat minor, which is your first finger barred across the 4th fret, third finger D, A6, little finger D6, then play the B4, G4, and then the last chord, F sharp, first finger on the 2nd fret of the E string barred, second finger on G3, little finger on D4. So that last line goes. And that's the whole song. So that was BB's theme. I hope you've enjoyed that little guitar lesson. If you have, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier. If you could give me a thumbs up, if you could leave me some comments in the comment section, let me know where in the world you're from, if you've enjoyed it, if you've hated it, if it's easy to follow, and a big one, put your request in there. Let me know what songs you want to learn next. If you want to help support my channel, I've got a Patreon account, set it at $1. I'll put the transcription on there so you can print it off from there. There's also some merchandise and stuff as well in the merch shelf down below. Thanks for watching this. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.